Now the next problem is we have to construct a Mealy machine which output even or odd if the total number of ones in the given string are even and odd. Okay, so means what, all the strings are made up of zeros and ones, and if number of ones are even then it should produce even, and if number of ones are odd then it should produce odd. Okay, or it will output odd. Okay, so we have to draw such a Mealy machine. Okay, so we will start with first, that is we know the even cycle and odd cycle diagram, that is already covered in first, that is DFA construction. Okay, so this will be our zeroth state, means 0 is considered in even places. Okay, so if we have single 1 then that will produce, so if we have 1 here then that should produce odd because 1 is odd. Okay, and after that if we receive again 1 then that will produce even here because this is first and this is second. Okay, and if in the first this is here zero number of ones will be there, so that will produce even only. Okay, so this will be 1, and it been in between these if we have number of zeros then that will produce odd, and here again that will produce even. Okay, because we don't need to count zeros. Okay, because how many ones we have to count, we don't need to count zeros. If we have strings like 1 0 0 0, okay, then it should produce odd, because if we reach from Q0 to Q1 then it will produce odd for the first time. After that it will again produce odd, because in the whole string we have only number of ones are odd. So at 0 position means for these zeros it will produce odd only. Okay, if we return back to this then it will produce even, and for number of zeros here it will again produce even only. Okay, means like if 1 1 1 1 1. Okay, so for this up to the for this one it will produce odd, then odd, then odd. Okay, for this second it will produce even, for the next these zeros it will produce even. Okay, because up to this 0 we have only odd numbers of ones, and after this one we have even number of ones. Okay, so for first 3 it will produce odd, and after that it will produce even unless and until it will read one more 1. Okay, so this is the Mealy machine which will output even and odd number if we'll read even number of ones and odd number of ones. I think this is the final Mealy machine. Hope so you have understood this problem.